We've had 2 draws with Central Coast, so I suppose you're pretty evenly matched, and no reason to suspect that won't be the case again this weekend.
I think, looking back, especially to the game in Tasmania, I think we dominated and probably, should have put 3 or 4 past them in the first half. So, I think we take that into the game. We take confidence out of that performance and know that if we do play our best football, we can get a result up there.
Confidence and also a bit of, motivation, I suppose, to prove the ledger correct, I suppose, or?
Yeah, I mean, it's an important game for us. It's, obviously we basically need to win up there. For our title aspirations this season, and we want to finish top this year, so it's an important 3 points.
You had a monster run of probably 5 games in a row, won the first couple and then lost the last couple. Where does that, has that forced you to sort of look in on yourselves and reflect on sort of where you're at type thing, or?
Oh, look, we know where we're at, and we review the game every week, and and Ange makes sure we're on our toes each week, and look, we've had a tough run of games, a lot of big derbies, but that's what it's like when you play for Melbourne Victory, and there's never an easy game. And I think the league's like that. No matter. Last week you saw Perth beat the Mariners, which is top versus bottom, and 3 out of the top 4 lost. So it's a reflection of the league. It's always, every week there's a tough game, and this week I think it's an exciting one for us.
I suppose you've had a couple of losses against Adelaide and Wanderers, and also a couple of draws against the Mariners, teams all in and around you on the ladder. So does that mean, as it starts to work itself out, is 3rd sort of an accurate reflection so far of where you think you're at, or do you think you deserve to be that little bit higher?
Oh, look, I think, obviously we had a slow start to the season, and, a new game plan and adapting to Andrew's style. I think, it does take time, but, the way we've developed during the season, I think we've come on leaps and bounds. And look, there's 6 weeks left of the finals, which is the business end, and we know we can still get better. So we're still working on things each day, and there's no day out there where we're not trying to improve at something, and that's important for the group and important for the club, and I suppose shows why we're in such good hands moving forward.
The last couple of weeks hasn't dented the confidence at all. I mean, there's still the way you've played has still been pretty good, just not necessarily the results.
Yeah, look, we haven't played our best football. I think the games were pretty, they were close games, they were tight games, and we had chances, and we couldn't get on the scoreboard. But look, we know where we're at, and we know this game's important for us and in the scope of our season. So we'll be going up there, expecting 3 points, because we go out every game to win, no matter we're at home or away. And even though it's against Mariners, we'll be expecting to get 3 points.
No Archie again. How big a deal is that, given the importance of the game?
Oh, look, Archie's obviously a fantastic player, and he's been a great player for this club, and he's a big loss, but we're confident in our young boys, and young Connor Payne came on the other night, and I thought he was great, and Andrew in the boot at the start of the season showed what he's about, and he can turn a game on its head pretty quickly. So we're confident in the young players we've got. They've got a bit about them. They're speedy players, and they're dangerous, so we'll expect them to keep the Mariners' defence on their toes.
Has Ange worked you particularly hard this week, given the couple of losses? He tends to like to punish afterwards.
We get punished if we win anyway. Look, Ange is, he knows what we're about, and his planning is right through the year, no matter what happens. And I've had a couple of heavy weeks on the track, and some big conditioning sessions on Tuesdays, which is always a bit of fun, but look, we're working hard. We always work hard, and I suppose that's what it's about, and that's why we know once finals comes, we'll be ready, and hopefully have a good crack at it.
They're talking about scouts again for Rojas. So are you getting used to it?
Yeah, we had a bit of a laugh this morning. I think Red Bull Salzburg's one of them, so we said Kit Spickler might be back in the stadium. I don't know if you all know him, but. He's coaching for them, and he used to play for us round 1, season 1. But look, it's all part of it, and we did say to him that a few weeks ago it was Liverpool and Juventus, and now those clubs they're a bit smaller than those, so he has to start scoring some more goals. So look, he's on the right track, and I'm sure he'll put in a good performance.
Who's turning up more, the drug testers or scouts for Rojas?
Yeah, well, the drug testers haven't been here for about 2 years, and now they're here every second week, but. It's all fun. They've got to do their job, don't they?
Now that the distraction, I suppose, of possibly leaving throughout a transfer window is gone, is it more just gratifying for him and the club that he's getting this attention, rather than, you've got to deal with all the speculation about whether or not he'll possibly move throughout the season?
Yeah, look, he deals with it well though. He's got a good head on his shoulders, and I suppose we try to keep him grounded a little bit. And no matter what happens, if you're playing well, it's a good problem to have. And look, obviously he's doing well. He's scoring goals, and arguably he's the best player in the competition. So he's going to get that attention, and it's a problem you'd rather have than not.
Del Piero is going to sign on this afternoon. Can you just talk us through how big a boost that is for the competition, the fact that he came and is now staying?
Oh, look, he's a fantastic player, and massive name for the A-League, and obviously he's enjoying it, and he's brought a lot of interest to the game in this country, which maybe wasn't there beforehand. So it's great to have players like him, and I hear that there's players all over the world now that are really interested in coming to this league and playing in it. And it's not an easy league to play in. Those guys do find it tough, but it's great to have names like him, and it's great for the fans, great for the players, and good for the game in general.
And you and Co had a few words in the game last week. Are you sorted out your differences? Friends again?
Me and Co always have words, but look, we I think we had words the other week in Perth, and I think we were even talking about it at half time, so we move on. It's a football park pitch, and it's all fun. It's what happens.